Hi guys, it is Sunday, the 23rd of August, 2020. And I'm wanting to look at McConnell and I'm wanting to look at Kentucky because I just can't stand Mitch and his block. He's just a jerk. He doesn't care about this country. His block of the Democrats seeking of the funds. He's just a creep. All right, anyway. I hate him. I really don't like feeling that way. But yeah, I there are some people that you just, it's a righteous dislike. You don't have to like everyone. Or feel sorry for them. I have no sympathy for him. So let's look at McConnell. Gloves off. But I don't want to let my own dislike of him to interfere with an accurate reading, no matter how I feel. So let's look at Mitch McConnell. How are things going to go for Mitch with this election? How are things just coming back around? Because as I want to impress upon people, the tarot picks up trends, okay? And that's how most intuitive tools divination works. It picks up on a pattern. It's a pattern. And that if the pattern continues, what's the most likely result? And that's what the tarot will show you. Now that can change a bit if people have free will. They can, but many times people can be very set in their ways, and that's why you can get a general idea pretty much with the cards. There might be a minor change here or there, or that's what I've just noticed over the years. But anywho, there you go. A little Tarot 101 for you as I warm up. So let's look at McConnell, the turtle. Okay, Mitch. I asked my ancestors, the spirit of the tarot, and my spirit guides, and the creator to help me and reveal Mitch McConnell to us, please. What can I share about him and the election, and if he is going to manage to stay in office? Does Mitch McConnell manage to stay in office? That's what we want to know. No matter the election, does he manage to stay in office with the election? Does he manage to stay in? Mitch McConnell, please show us. Mitch in the election. Okay. Again, I'm going to do 2 sets of pairs and 3 rows. Okay. He thinks that he's got it in the bag, but he's not happy about something. And I think he is a drinker, by the way. I often get cards of him drinking quite a bit. Everything, he's not happy, I'm getting here. He wants to put up this picture of everything's just peachy, and there's a lot with the 10 of Cups here and that 4 of Cups. I don't think he's going to have a good outcome, potentially just by those 2 cards, because he looks soured. He looks like he's having to wait. It could be that is an election where a recount or a close shave is involved, and so there is an extension of tallying the numbers. That's a possibility. That's the energy I get there. He's like, he wants to go on and say, and yes, I've won, but somehow he's not able to have that satisfaction. Okay? First 2 cards. Okay. The Hermit and the Knight, the Page of Swords. This to me feels like his back channels. He's trying to get people that can toy with things, and maybe especially, I don't know if this will be a factor, but maybe especially with more remote areas of Kentucky or rural, there is something here where something's being manipulated. There's surveillance, or there's watching. There's something that's not quite. It's destructive. It's a repressive tactic. So I think during the Kentucky election, he'll be hoping on some repressive tactics, and I think tinkering with the votes. And I do believe something is going to be where they're saying, hold up, we have to go over this Kentucky election with a fine-tooth comb. It's just not going to get handed to him. That's what I'm getting. It's not going to get handed to him because it feels like there's some back channel activity that is repressive, and that might get the attention that it should finally. 3 of Pentacles. The Star. The Page of Cups. And the 6 of Cups. There's children of the past. This is a child here, potentially, for some reason. This Page of Cups and the 6 of Cups, to me, this court card and both speak of a youthful energy or an immature energy, and both can be about a child or past. I'm not quite sure how that figures in. But there's a high-profile associate. Now, I wish I had the time and ability to focus long enough to really learn the ins and outs, because I do love history, but of Kentucky's setup and Mitch's people that keep him in office there. He has people, that 3 of Pentacles makes me feel like these are the financial, probably people that benefit from having him in office and that help him to maintain office, I'm wondering. But maybe one of them, there could come something could come up about a child or a past. What I'm not liking here, when I look up at the Hermit and another page, it's like, is this somebody that is a high-profile person, a person that is helpful to his support, that might have some mark on them because of, so to speak, something about a child or children that isn't a good look. I hate to say it, but sometimes, and I don't want to put pedophilia where it isn't part of the story. And again, these readings are alleged and for entertainment purposes only, because I'm not sure. But this definitely feels to me like, in the first row, some sneaky stuff. and it's just not given to him instantly. And he doesn't like this, that he's having to wait. He's impatient about it, but he has to allow them to do it. It just feels like, to me, when I look at that first row, it's like a fine-tooth comb, you know? And they're looking at something kind of sneaky, something kind of sly, something that's done maybe a little further out, in a little bit of a fringe way. And I'm feeling like it's potentially a high-profile associate or somebody that he's connected to with business, maybe in Kentucky. And I don't know, there's a past, and there might be some past inappropriate behavior where young persons are concerned, or a problem. Again, I'm very cautious to do that, because I think there's too many people. The Pizzagate stuff is bull, but then when you get people like Roy Moore and people that really are known, there's a history. These people don't want to talk about. They don't go after them, but they'll go after these phantoms, these conspiracy phantoms. So that's why I'm careful to, like, even no matter who it is, I'm going to be very careful that I don't be doing that kind of thing. But it feels like it has to do with the past, and I don't know. I just don't like that feeling. And I do feel like it could be somebody that's been maybe essential in helping Mitch to run do some behind the scenes tricks, you know, for him. Yeah, this is somebody that's helped him. But I feel like there is something here where he's gonna okay. I see Mitch wanting to run off here, or he may have to step back. There is something that comes up, and it's hard for me to get the context at the moment, but I can tell you this much. I get him initially feeling like, come on, let's get this over with. Oh, we gotta go over these details, you know. And I feel like there is a closer look at potentially the effort, like I'm saying, to suppress votes. This could be, or to affect votes. This could have to do with somebody, theoretically, this is what I'm throwing out there. This could have to do with somebody that, with that Three of Pentacles and the Star, somebody that is more high profile, that has been a supporter, or maybe even helped him to fundraise or do something along those lines. Just a guess. I'm not sure. And there's something about a past, and there's a feeling of, I don't know if there's a child involved, or if it is them just not taking something enough seriously. But there's definitely an issue of obtaining help. Mitch wanting to obtain this help from someone that may have helped him in the past. And I see the Page of Pentacles and the Eight of Cups. There is somebody there's an issue of needing help to leave, wanting to abandon something with this Page. It could be financial based. It could be a look into his campaign. I would like to look and see who's running the money for his campaign. I see there might be 2 to 3 other essential people, high profile, that helped him in the past. But there's some sketchy, really shady, super sketchy stuff that they're trying to pull, and that they have pulled in the past. But he's hoping that somehow they can help him out of a jam here. And this, I feel like this is about, there could be, that there are money cards here. People that, you know, have a connection to him, and I think a connection to his past, running his past elections, or helping him with past elections, helping him to get and maintain office. But there is something here that doesn't quite go his way, and he doesn't like this. And I see, when I read vertically, he might find that someone can't give him their support. They might get in trouble. There could be some that they're being looked at for something in the past. There might be some untoward behavior of some kind. And it could just be that he's just expected that this is going to work out. But he's trying, I feel like he's trying to muddy the waters in a way so it goes in his favor. There's a female, a Queen of Wands, and she's either not well or not doing well. What is going on here? I don't know. There's a male here. This shows me a man that has connection to her. This could be, I don't know if this is, let me put this on pause. I gotta check and see Elaine Chao's birth date. Hold that thought. Okay, so this was what I wanted to clarify. Now, Elaine Chao is an Aries. This Five of Pentacles, we know that she's got more than enough money. Is it her health? Is this her? And then there is a King of Swords and the Two of Cups. Now, McConnell is a Pisces with a lot of earth. He's got a lot of Taurus, so that kind of explains a lot of his materialism. Amy McGrath is a Gemini, and so I don't feel like this is her. So I'm not sure who this is right here. I really want to say it's Elaine Chao, and I don't know if it's health problems or her finding money that she can't get her hands on. I think it's more of a health issue. And I'm not quite sure who this is. This could be Trump helping them out, partnering. I don't know if, did she make a financial agreement with him and he not, gasp, do what he agreed to do? I just don't know. It's weird. Just two more. It's about a lot of money. Family money. I wonder if this is about her father. Could be Trump. There's gonna be some. I'm gonna carry on and do another one because it's murky. The best way I know how to say, pardon me, is that it's murky on him, and he is not going to, I think, be instantly declared. It looks to me like there could be some fine-tooth combing over this election, and he's not going to be happy about that. Does Amy, let's phrase it this way, does Amy McGrath win Kentucky and go into office? Does Amy McGrath win Kentucky and go into office? I would presume and look for a Queen of Swords with her. She was a Marine, I think, what was it, fighter pilot or something like that? Just, what was the detail on her? She's a tough cookie anyway. I may not have that exactly so, because I just glanced at it, but, and I'm glad that she's spotlighting Breonna Taylor's case. But let's just see, does Amy McGrath, she is the Gemini, up for Kentucky. I asked for clarity. Does she win the election and go into office? Because I'll tell you something. I'm asking it this way especially because when I was reading back in 2016 on Hillary Clinton, I was getting mixed readings where I would see, I just couldn't understand it at first. And it is what gave me pause about her being able to win that election back in 2016, because I would get that she won, but I would see that there was this great big problem. There was this huge emotional reaction of loss. It just didn't make sense to me at the time. And then I would get that Trump would end up getting it somehow. So I got this strange back and forth. And only did it make sense, of course, once the election went on and she won the popular vote, but he rigged with Putin and got in. We need to get rid of the Electoral College because we need to have the popular vote decide, and we need to have safeguards and consequences immediately for people that try to, no matter if they are in office or not or whatever, that try to suppress voting. So let's see. But I digress. Amy McGrath. Sorry, I've got to put my camera back on. Let's look at her. Does she win the election and go into office? Does Amy McGrath win the election for Kentucky and go into office? Three of Pentacles. Oh, this is just weird. Okay. And high profile. I think she will get more support. There are people that I think we should be also perhaps really trying to send her some money for her campaign. What we can. That's the feeling I get here. Kind of lift her up, boost her up. I think that could happen. Let's just see. Partnership. This to me feels like it is a strong support for her, and people that will see it out to the end. And I think that she might just have enough help through others that come to her assistance to push her up, to push up her finance and her campaign. She needs that. So I think after this, I'm going to go give a bit of a donation to her, because I hate Mitch McConnell. And I just see that she has strong, steady stamina for this, that she's got, because there's support there. There are people that support her for the long haul. Okay. This is the King of Pentacles. Now, to me, this is a card that could be Mitch McConnell, because he has a tremendous amount of earth in his chart, and he's a greedy SOB. But we'll just see here. That to me is Amy. She's a Gemini, and she's going to get justice. I think Mitch thinks he's got it in the bag, or he might get it initially, but he might be counting his win before he's won. Let's be very careful and look at these vertically and horizontally. Because I kind of got a feeling he might count his chickens a little too soon, and then there could be a query. He might be announcing himself, and thinking he's won it, and there's going to be a query. I'm asking if Amy would win. Because she has just solidly plodded along. She has worked very hard. I think it's possible that she could. And I think that they could be neck and neck in this race. And that's why it's going to come down to maybe some fundraising here. People helping to boost either one of them becomes very, and I feel like she needs that support. I can say that with certainty. It's a very murky race with her and him. I see some definite help coming her way, because he's seeking to maintain, of course, his position. He doesn't want to give it up, and he's nasty. He's going to be just ruthless. So I don't think that this will just be immediately accepted I think that race could be very close. And during the midst of it all, that would explain the reading I got for him, where he's not happy and he's like, come on already. This looks to me like he wants to be able to celebrate and say, hey, I won again. And she's going to be saying not so fast. And she might actually have the law on her side, because I see justice there. I don't see it with him. I see him with people helping him to do his usual nonsense. But with her, she really needs help. She really needs assistance from any angle and every angle she can get that assistance. And she knows that he has, with his wife and whatnot, very kind of a locked-in position there. But just as he is stubborn about staying, she's going to be stubborn about insisting that this be very carefully dissected and sorted out. She's going to ask for an inquiry, or there is the laws on her side. And we just see a tremendous amount of help, I think, boost her over his attempt to block and play dirty. But wow. Just keep thinking Mitch is going to end up in trouble. And it could begin to do with how he's managed things in the past. I'm going to try this deck very quickly. Let's see if it's... It's called Pink Pain. I think it's from the Ukraine tarot. It's kind of a little more of the more creepy, not creepy, but kind of dark tarot. So let's take a look at Mitch McConnell. Yeah, appropriate for reading on people like Mitch. Let's take him apart. Let's ask this question. Will Mitch McConnell be exposed in the election for dirty tricks and be out? Will he have to abandon his seat? Will Mitch McConnell have to abandon his seat to Amy McGrath? Will Mitch McConnell have to abandon his seat to Amy McGrath? Well, I get the reversed, and I don't usually read reverse cards, but I will in this case. I get the reverse Six of Bottles, or reverse Six of Cups. This actually looks more like maybe Japanese deck. But anyways. Dasha Zelino. No, the artwork is by Dasha Zelino. Okay. Interesting. Anyway, normally the 6 upright would be a positive, powerful card. And usually the there's something, and I was getting the Six of Cups earlier too. There is something about the past behavior or people in his past that have helped him that gives him a black eye. Doesn't look good. The Tower. Oh my gosh. So his past, in my opinion, comes back to haunt him. It doesn't help him. And he gets the Tower. And I think people that he's associated with will pull him down. People that have helped him, people that have done fundraising. I get a strong sense that that's why I want to, after I do this, I want to go and I want to look and see who's running his campaign. Getting a health matter, maybe. There is, they call, again, this is a really weird deck. It's called the Five of Pills and the Page of Pills. And if you can see, this page has a stethoscope and a nurse's hat on. And remember how in the earlier reading I did, I saw something about, is this Elaine, and I got the Five of Pentacles. Well, this is the Five of Pentacles coming up, but as the Five of Pills, interestingly enough. And now we're getting the Page of Pills that looks like a nurse or a health issue. Again. I don't know. This could be a health issue that rears its head. Either for him, maybe his wife, I'm not sure. Maybe both. And it could be something that he's dealt with in the past. But something comes tumbling down with that Tower. The false way that he's built himself and his expectation this time around, I don't think he's going to be satisfied. Let's take a look here. Page of Knives. Knight of Pills. Energies. This is something that has steadily been worked or done in the past. It's kind of, the Knight of Pills or the Knight of Pentacles is slow and steady. It's not anything too exciting. You just kind of keep plodding along. We've gotten that. Page of Knives. There's surveillance, there's watchfulness. Again, I feel like this is part of his deceit panel at work and part of the deceit aspect of him that comes up. And in regard to this election, but I think that there's a problem, and it could end up being some kind of a health matter that comes up. Magician. There's been manipulation. Let me just see here. The moon. Oh. I think that he might be getting investigated as this carries on. And I think he will not like this. I think it is undoing for him. And there could be a corresponding health matter. I don't know if it's by him or his wife. It's confusing to me. But something comes down around his ears with the tower. And it's unexpected, it's out of the blue. I'm going to say it could be a health-oriented issue that where the stamina and all of that is not there. His energy is so murky, but there is something about this election that I don't think quite goes his way. I can say that much. It's confusing as hell. But he's been involved right here with the Magician in the Moon in deceitful, dishonest, underhanded, back channel stuff. That keeps coming up. And his behavior to do with where money, and I think where the ability to suppress, because if there is something that McConnell seems to be excelling at, is saying no to what we need, right? Is denial, suppression. Knight of Pentacles. I'm sorry, Knight of Bottles. So that's the Knight of Cups. The Seven of Knives. Or Seven of Swords. Knight of Cigarettes, so that's air. This is an interesting deck. I need to use it more often. Upset. Two of Bottles is reversed. He's just not. There is some kind of, I think, problem within his campaign, or problem that will come about as a result of perhaps the finances in his campaign, the people involved. It's just deceitful. Like, that's surprising. I just don't think it's handed to him. He's expecting this win to just be handed to him, and it's not. In fact, I think he could end up under investigation. So this Seven of Knives. I feel like something is leaked. And it could be somebody, an active act. It could be something that somebody that's supporting him has done, that's been critical in it, part of his campaign, or I'm not sure. But it just, with the upset of the Two of Cups or the Two Bottles, no, I don't get it. And when I read down this way, I get the Page of Pills. I get that nurse health looking card in this deck, and the Moon, and the reverse Two of Cups, or Bottles in this case. I can't ignore that. I think that there is some kind of balance that is upset. Some support. He might lose some support. by essential people, either because they get in trouble. I'm not sure. We're going to keep a close look on him. So I'm going to round this out. Go ahead and post it. And feel free to make comments in the comment area. But I just don't see him getting his foot in the door. I do not think he does it, because I don't see him like, okay, yeah, piece of cake. You know, I see him not being happy. But I'm going to do a part 2, because this guy is so murky. He needs a deep dive, and the water needs sifting. This man lives in the swamp. So I'll upload this because we're already at 45 minutes. But there's going to be a part 2.